Within the MK party, there is growing strain as founding members are pressing former President Jacob Zuma to resign from his powerful position. The veterans' worries that Zuma's participation in the party is harming its brand and direction are the root of the conflict. Please kindly subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell so as to get all our updates. Many think that the MK party, which was first established to support the principles of the liberation struggle, is losing credibility and stability as a result of Zuma's continuous legal issues and his divisive political position. The MK party's founding members are becoming more and more hostile to Zuma's group, which is often seen as being in line with the ANC's radical economic transformation, RET, forces. They claim that his leadership is encouraging factionalism and undermining the party's main goals. The veterans claim that the party, which was once a representation of the anti-apartheid movement, is now getting drawn into internal ANC power conflicts, something they would want to put behind them. Recently, there has been a drive to sideline Zuma, with certain veterans of MK publicly advocating for him to give up his leadership role. They contend that Zuma's presence is impeding the party's attempts to solve problems including governance, corruption, and South Africa's socio-economic difficulties. The veterans emphasize that instead of being entangled in the personal political conflicts of one person, the MK party ought to return to its fundamental mission of nation-building. But Zuma hasn't indicated that he's going to step down, and his devoted followers in the MK party are still standing by him. Growing internal strife has resulted from the impasse as both factions strive to dictate the party's future course. If the disagreement is not addressed, it may cause the MK party to become even more divided, which would reduce its power in the larger political arena. Once more, not to be outdone, prominent members of the recently formed Umkhonto weSizwe, MK, party have openly questioned former President Jacob Zuma's authority in South African politics. An elective conference is to be convened as early as December 2024, according to this challenge, which is being headed by national organizer Dineo Msimang and founding Secretary General Thanduxolo Zondi. Despite just being founded recently, the MK party has become a significant political force in South Africa. Internal conflicts are already apparent, however, as some prominent members believe that the party's survival depends on a new leadership. In a joint statement released on Monday, Zondi and Msimang attacked the present leadership structure, which is strongly influenced by Zuma, for lacking openness and democratic values. They believe there is a leadership vacuum in the party, which is why they are calling for an elective conference. We think it's time for the MK party to have its first elective conference so that party members can choose their national leaders in a democratic manner, the statement said. While acknowledging Zuma's efforts, Zondi and Msimang emphasize how critical it is for the organization to change and become more democratic and inclusive. The planned conference is slated for December 2024 with the goal of uniting the party before the national elections and ensuring that it remains cohesive along the campaign trail. This action is a reflection of rising apprehension among some members over Zuma's hegemonic position, which detractors claim has hampered the emergence of new leaders and democratic procedures within the party. Although Zuma has not yet officially replied to the request for an elective conference, those close to him indicate that he could be against the proposal since he believes it might jeopardize the party's chances in the run-up to the elections. His influence over the party is still considerable, and any changes in leadership might make the party's election plan even more difficult to implement. Political commentators believe Zuma could be forced to respond to the issues brought up by Msimang and Zondi. Disregarding these appeals may deepen rifts within the party and undermine its unity. The MK party is experiencing internal conflict as a result of its national organizer and founding Secretary General openly criticizing former President Jacob Zuma's leadership. The main point of contention is a proposal for an elective conference to pick new national leaders and resolve party leadership difficulties. This conference might happen as early as December. The national organizer and Secretary General contend that factionalism and diminished party efficacy are direct results of Zuma's leadership. They are pushing for an official elective conference to revitalize the party's leadership and bring it together. The request for an elective conference is a reflection of the rising dissatisfaction of some members who feel that the party's existing leadership